Hello. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, Filet, Sean. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for watching, whether you're here on Twitch or if you're watching this later on YouTube. I appreciate you being here. I've been kind of bad about getting my VODs up on YouTube, but I will make sure to start doing that, especially for this build, because, yeah, I'm really psyched about it. I've been talking about this build for a while. I keep saying it might be the new daily driver, because I really think it might be. So putting in the Neapolitans today that we lubed last stream into the oh right, sorry, I forgot I post the VODs there too. Yeah, and we're putting modern MoDoLight on this board as well, which I think is going to be a really nice looking fit. So yeah, I don't have a lot else to say kind of as a precursor to the build. So yeah, let's get down to it. I have never built a board by Gray Studio. One of the things that I do know is that they were having a lot of issues with customer service, where like someone would maybe get the wrong badge size or the wrong plate or something like that. And then they just, like, Gray Studio would never reach out to them to fix it, even though they would like spam the customer support line. So I got this on Mech Market, which is nice because I was able to verify that all of the parts were correct, so I didn't have to deal with Gray Studio's customer service. So I know they did a TKL group buy recently, and I hope that one goes better, where they don't have messed up orders, and if they do, they can get back to them quickly. But yeah, anyways, also the guy gave me a really good deal on this, and he was the one I was talking about who had like filmed himself packaging it up, taping up the package, dropping it off at the UPS store, just so that I knew he was actually sending the package, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, it's the 1U layout, so it's got the top corner badge, top case PCB problems. Yeah, exactly. I think if you got the wrong plate, then the blocker didn't line up. I think you're right too. I think it does come with screwdrivers. So I'm not exactly sure what's in all these boxes. I think I remember I got this a while ago, so I popped them all open just to make sure everything was there. But there's just so much like packaging material with this. So let's see, what do we have? Are these labeled at all? No. There's no way. Oh, okay. PCB. So I got two PCBs, tools and plate. So they're both soldered PCBs. So it would have been nice to have like one hot swap, one solder, just kind of for resale purposes, but I'm not too mad about it. And then this one, I don't think there's sub boxes. I think this is just the board itself. So yeah, it's the E-White colorway, which I have grown very fond of lately. It makes me nervous because it's very easy to scuff, as you can see with my Melody, but yeah, I just think this is there's silicone in the bottom, and then there's plate foam right here. So I just think this is a gorgeous board. I love the blocker here, and the kind of subtle logo down here. So yeah, anyways. Yeah, exactly. That would be nice if I had one hot swap, one solder, but I got two solder, which is fine because I also have a desoldering gun, so I can kind of do whatever I want. That's, for me, it's more that like if I hate the switches, I'll probably just desolder and keep reusing the same PCB until I get switches I like, and I'll just keep the spare solder PCB in case either I break it or for some reason I decide I want to sell it, and I can have one mint PCB available. So yeah, let's bust out the PCB. I think that's everything from here. It's a really good looking PCB. You see sometimes, like, I'm thinking specifically of the boards that come from Drop. The PCBs are atrocious. Like the traces are just all over the place and nonsense, and this is just really nicely laid out. I'm recalling now that I did plug both of these in and verified that they both worked. So I will grab that guy. And then let's get the plate, and then we'll check out what's in the tool section. Yeah, I don't know. I had to drop alt for a while, and it was like the aluminum high profile one. And it was fine. I was just like, eventually I got tired of it. And there's only so much you can do to fix terrible plate mount stabilizers. And it's not worth the effort. So, also crazy that they are collaborating with Marvel right now, because all these MT3 sets that are Marvel themed are coming out. I think the colorways are pretty bad, but I think that's interesting. I do like MT3 as a profile a lot. I think Serica is one of my favorite keyboards that I've gotten. I think these are feet. So we got, let's see, we got 2 screws. These are spares, apparently. We have little plastic rings. These look like they might be for stabilizers, but I'm not sure. Spare, oh, interesting. So spare diodes and LEDs. This is a silicone. I think this is an insert for the badge, I want to say. It kind of looks like it. I'm not sure, but it has a little diagram on it. I'm sure it'll make more sense once I get this thing open. And then we have a screwdriver. Very cool. This is a nice screwdriver. Wow. Swappable tip, too. Pretty cool. And a pair of tweezers. You can never have too many pairs of tweezers, so glad you bought your first custom before you were tempted to buy the alt high. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it was a good experience because it was my first hot swap board. So I was able to try out a bunch of different switches on it and try to mod it, make it sound good. And you know, I put case foam in it and I did all kinds of stuff. I tuned the stabilizers and I did make it sound quite a bit better than it did before. I even put Holy Pandas in it that I had made myself. But you know, at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, okay, it's time to move on. Don't really need that thing. So I think, whoa. Hey, Alice Q1, thanks for the follow. I think I'm gonna put this housing to the side, the case, for now. And then we'll proceed from there. So yeah, the case foam also appears to have the cutouts for the blocker, which is nice. Actually, let me check that. It does not. Oh, it does kind of feel like the badge has. Oh, is the badge magnetic? Very cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so the badge is magnetic, and it has a little spot for this rubber guy here. So I think this is just a spare in case I get another badge. That's super cool that it's magnetic, though. I guess the idea is, you know, if you want to buy more badges, you can, and then you can swap them out. Frank, hello, Frank. How is it going, my guy? Good to see you. Also, it definitely needs the feet because this Think badge sticks out quite a bit and it kind of rocks around on my desk right now without it. So cool. Awesome. Let's, yeah, like I said, let's put this to the side. Actually, hold on. Are there screw holes under the feet? There are not. So rather than risk potentially scratching the bottom of this case, I'm actually going to put the feet on right now. Let's get the silicone out of here. Yeah, this is not. This is for your boy. Right? I'm feeling like this might be a contender for the Melodies position as my daily driver. Frank, that I think it was like 2 weeks ago, but that frog you built on stream, oh my word, I already wanted to get a frog, but now I'm like, I really need to get a frog. It looked so good. Sounded even better. Got me real hype. I think it was the special edition, like 1 of 100 or whatever frog that was. Like it was like kind of a green color. That's better. Okay, cool. Wait. What? Which way is the right way? I'm not sure. Oh, actually, probably this needs to go towards the top for the PCB, right? Regular dark green? Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. But I do have that special one. Okay, I think you were comparing the two, and I couldn't remember which was which. Maybe this does go towards the bottom. Huh. Wonder what the, Oh, I see. The, PCB components live at the bottom here. Yep, okay. Cool. So I think that's in right now. Frank, when's your subathon? I feel like I should know when my moderator's subathon is, but... Alright. October 22nd. Sweet, okay. That's awesome. That is a weekend I will be in town. So I will be there, my dude. That'll be fun. Okay, so all of these components are spares. These, yes, these are for stabilizers, so awesome. Cool. I'm gonna put all the spare stuff in the box. And here's our gaskets, which we will need later. So, having said that, first thing we got to do is prep some stabilizers. I was gonna say make some stabilizers, but we're not making them. They've already been made. We just gotta lube them. Oh, that reminds me. I did pick up. And where did it go? Where did I put it? Somewhere around here is this super chunky aluminum block and 2 pairs of parallel action pliers. Please hold while streamer loses his mind. Where on earth did I put those? Oh, maybe in here? Yes. Okay, so I first saw this on XXW or Patty's stream. Let me get some paper towels, because when they ship stainless steel, they usually, or when they ship, I don't know what this is. I think it is just steel. They usually put it in oil so that it doesn't corrode or rust or anything. So it's super greasy. I haven't opened it yet, but this is made for like jewelry. It's just a super flat chunk of steel, and then 2 pairs of pliers that have parallel action, which I'll show what that means in a second. But I got to get this out of here and get the oil off of it so that it's usable. This is what I'll use for stabilizer balancing. I thought this was genius. Yeah. Kind of annoying, but... Okay. Rather than using my phone as a level surface to stabilizer wire balance, I am going to use this now. And then these parallel action pliers are cool because rather than kind of closing at an angle like a normal pair of pliers, these 2 plastic surfaces move parallel to one another so you can evenly grip the stabilizer wire, which is awesome. So yeah, 2 sets of those, and this block, you know, works pretty well. So I think Appa has these pliers as well, maybe a couple other streamers that I've seen. So, but yeah, anyways, so let's grab out our stabilizers. So I think we are going to need, for a traditional 65, we'll need a 6.25 and 3 2Us. What's up, Otter? I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for joining the stream. Let's get out our stabilizers. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to use C3 or Durox. I kind of want to use Durox. Just because I have a little bit more experience with them. And actually, I'll go ahead and use the little rings that Gray Studio provided instead of the washers that I have. All right, let me check too and see what supported layouts are, because I may want to do a 7U potentially. We should have, here we go. They do support a 7U spacebar layout, but on second thought, I think I'll just go with the traditional layout. That seems fine. So cool, awesome. That makes things easy. Okay. Also, this is funny. So last stream I was talking about how I wanted to get an artisan case because I'm starting to get more and more artisans. Mostly, pretty much exclusively GUI keys artisans, and some Ramas too. But then this morning there was a Rama case, or an artisan case on sale, which I thought was really funny. Is this little guy that popped up this morning in Group Eyes, and I was like, is it a sign? I don't know if it's a sign. But also, okay, can I get some thoughts from people on GMK Zen Pond? I saw that and I was like, this is a very interesting set, but it's not triple shot. It's like UV something. I wasn't exactly clear on how they were doing 3 colors on it. Like the novelties of the koi looks amazing, but I'm just like, I don't think GMK can do triple shot. What did it say? It doesn't actually say here, but I don't know. Colors are pretty good, but I don't know. I'm just concerned about, I'm not sure. You know, kind of made me nervous, I guess. All right, let's balance these wires real quick. Yo, what's up, Grayson? How are you, my guy? It worked. Yes. Ah. Okay. So I think I need to do a little bit of that, maybe? You have to be very careful doing this because it's easy to mess up the wire. Worse than when you started. Grayson, how's the Doge car coming? Get any work done on it? Bit on the engine. It's on the back burner. Yeah. Nice, cool. For context, my friend Grayson has a I can't even remember the year or model, but it's a Dodge. It's like a really cool old school like family sports car almost, but the middle D on the front logo is missing, so it just says Doge, which is really fun. 62 Dodge Custom 880. Yeah, it's super cool. So yeah, it's been fun to check that out, but I think it's hilarious that he's got a Doge car. Ooh, that's pretty close. I think one more tiny tweak and we'll be good. Oh, I think I did too much. Oh, I didn't even see that, my dude. Did you see it's trading on Coinbase now? As of like 2 weeks ago or something, but crazy. Nice. Cool. That's good enough. We take those. All right. Okay. Nice. So now we got to grab the housings for this guy. We need 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. And then need some soldering or some lubing materials. Syringe, some lube, a brush. Scissors and tweezers, because I am going to holy mod the spacebar stabilizer just because it seems like it helps a lot with ticking at not too great a cost Not too great a cost of feel, which is nice. You can make Google do a barrel roll. You can? You just literally type in do a barrel roll. Huh. I did not know this. Shall we try it? I'm gonna try it. Bruh. I did not know that was a thing. That's fun. Neat. That's hilarious. Huh. Interesting. Thanks for telling me about that. That's hilarious. What were you typing in, Otter? It doesn't look like, I'm trying to figure out what that is. I've definitely accidentally typed like terminal controls into other people's Twitch chats, like because I'm at work and I'll be trying to like restart a server, like a local development server or something, and I'll just type in something. Did Otter just type his password into the chat? Elbow hit board. Nice. Should we do an elbow test on this board when we're done building it? Filet always wants a drop test, which I'm unwilling to do. But maybe we could do an elbow test. Okay, cool. We got the, I almost said batteries, but no. The Band-Aid. You know, we should do that. We should do a typing speed tournament where we attach something pointy to our elbows and try to type on monkey type with it, you know? Because obviously you can't hit individual keys with an elbow, but like if I use like a workout band to hold a chopstick onto my elbow, I feel like I could maybe type, you know, like a T-Rex. You know what I'm talking about? what's up, Dabbling? Oh, or type with your nose. Ooh, it's a face speed test. That's a good idea. I like that. All right, let us proceed to lube these stabilizers. These are all good ideas. Ooh, I think I must have had an oil spill. Yikes. I did. Bummer. Yes, I had an oil spill in my container here. That's all right. Get that off of here. All right. How's your day going, Dablin? Good to see you. Stir the pot a little bit to get this mixed up a little bit better. I saw those stabilizers you chatted me. That's a crazy good price. Definitely have to check those out. I think I'm gonna fully assemble the spacebar stabilizer first, just so I don't lose track of which one I wholly modded. So I have a delivery scheduled for tomorrow. So I ordered a TV from Amazon, and then they said pick a day that you want to receive it, and I was like, okay, well, so I picked. This was like mid-September. I picked today or tomorrow is the date. Now I have not like the page on Amazon still shows it as like hasn't even shipped yet, but it still maintains that it's scheduled for delivery tomorrow. Is it just because it's shipping with a freight company and so they don't show shipping information, or like am I screwed and it's not actually showing up tomorrow? Because I'm kind of nervous it's the latter. But I don't know if anyone else has any experience with that. I've never had a scheduled delivery through Amazon before, so I just have no idea what to expect. P3D Mercutio case should ship tomorrow. Nice. Nice, nice. It's exciting. Yeah, I don't like building boards without the case either, though, because sometimes you kind of need to do them at the same time depending on the situation. With the, because I can't remember how the P3D ones work, but like I think they provide the plate if you're building in their case, so you really shouldn't build it without the case. Because their plate's the one that gasket mounts, not Mech Wilds. Amazon shipping has been hot garbage. Yeah, that's fair. I just don't know if like, because I know that they've been a little bit delayed. It's just that this one is, like I said, it was something I ordered a long time ago. Like, yeah, September 18th. And I don't know if they should have been updating my tracking since it's freight or not, but we'll see. I'm working remote tomorrow just so that I can accept the delivery if it comes, but we'll see. We'll see if it do come. I hope so. That would be nice. Prime means nothing. Yeah. And it wasn't on Prime either. It was just like, order it now and we'll figure out when it can come. Okay. Yeah, I think Prime on average now takes like 5 or 6 days for me. It used to take 3 typically. But I got my HDMI cable. I found out that if you want an HDMI 2.1 cable, which supports 4K 120, it's if you want one longer than 20 feet, it has to be fiber optic, which instantly jumps you up from like a $30 cable to like a $100 cable. So fortunately, I was able to get a 20 footer even, and it works great in the wall run that I have, but I was like, oh man. Oh man, how's this gonna work? It is cool though that you can get a fiber optic that long, because I've also been thinking about putting my desktop PCs in the crawl space and then just running the IO up to the office, because I have 4 desktop PCs that I use for crypto mining, but they get really hot, and it would be nice if they could just be mining in the crawl space, and then I could manage them from up here. So we'll see. Because I use them all for different things, you know, so I want them available and accessible. I just, on their off time, they do a little bit of mining for me. Yeah, I know. It is nice that I have Google Remote Desktop, so that I can log into them at any point, like if the IO gets disconnected. And as long as I run the wire up for the power and reset button, then really, if something went wrong, like on a physical hardware level, I'd have to go crawl down there and deal with it. But like, at least it's relatively easy to deal with otherwise. I don't know though. We'll see if it's even worth it, but I haven't mined any crypto in like 2 months, which is kind of a bummer. But just because I don't want my house to get too hot. Like, it's not profitable enough for me to be willing to roast myself out of house and home, you know? Winter is coming. That's true, and then I'll be able to leave the window open. That's my plan right now. So, I might just be a seasonal miner, I suppose, which is fine. Saves me money. I actually last winter, my power bill was actually reduced because the PCs were doing quite a bit of heating in my house, and they were a bit more efficient because they were just recycling interior air over and over, which was really convenient. So yeah, that was great. Ended up then I really got stuck with the bill though for the summer, because it was like the power of the PCs plus the power of the AC, and so it was definitely real bad. So I just got the final bill for September from my power company, and I was like, oh boy, it was like $250 for a month's worth of power, and I was like, yeah, that's about right. Oops, it's the wrong side. There we go. Yeah, for sure. Fortunately, the crypto that it mined that month was definitely worth it, but it was still like kind of annoying. I think my power bill is going to be relatively low for October here, just because I haven't mined anything, and also my AC didn't get installed, so that's not been running, and obviously I'm not running the heat. It's been a really hot October. I mean, we're only 4 days into it, but it's uncharacteristically warm for like a Montana October. So it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow, I think, which for me is too hot. Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, I mined it. You know, it was even worth it at what, 41K a Bitcoin or whatever. So definitely has long-term benefits as well. So I'm not mad about it. Okay, getting close. We've got over 50% of our stabilizers done. Watch me have forgotten again how many stabilizers I need for a build, though. I did that last time. I was like, oh yeah, we just need, for a TKL, I think I was saying we needed 5, but we needed 6 or something like that. Oh well. Yeah, I know, right? It's supposed to be like 82 tomorrow and then snow in a week. So, I don't know. That's I wish. So I also don't have a garage door. That was one of the holdbacks on my house purchase. So they're supposed to have it done by the end of this month, but it's supposed to snow like 3 days in a row early next week. So it would be nice if I could park in the garage, but oh well. I can deal. I haven't parked in a garage in 5 years, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, one more to go. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, Grayson. I'll see you in a bit. I feel like today was a long Monday. Usually I like Mondays because I'm typically pretty I like my job, so it's nice to get back to work. Which is, I know that's not true for everyone, so I'm definitely fortunate in that way. But man, like this morning, I think I was just up too late last night, and then I slept in and I missed going to the gym with my friends, which was a bummer. And then I don't know, I was just kind of dragging all day. I slept through everything. I'm really glad my dog woke me up in time to get ready for work. Another thing that I ordered that hasn't been delivered is the platform for my bed. So my mattress is just on the floor right now. So my dog is like, ooh, easily accessible human, and will just come bother me whenever she wants, which is fun. I mean, I don't mind having a dog around. That's why I have a dog, but it's funny. She was just like, okay, you've slept enough. Let's go. Okay, here is our PCB. Let's get some stabilizers installed. Come out. There we go. There's probably extras there too. Okay, so I think, yes, it's this way. I still subscribe to the little bit of tape method. So I will once again be doing that on this board. Just a little bit of tape. Just be less easily accessible. Listen, I want my dog to feel like I'm there for her. That's not true. I do want her to feel happy here. But I need my space sometimes too. They have been working on the fence, which is really nice because then I'll be able to let her roam around the yard on her own volition, which is super fun. Also, okay, here's another thing I've been doing more lately. I've been going on runs outside with my dog because this new neighborhood is awesome and like super dense kind of explorable trails and things like that. So it's been really fun to try to explore a little bit. But I usually, like back where I used to live, I had these routes that I always ran, right? Like these kind of pre-mapped routes, and I knew exactly how long they were and how far I was running. But now I don't know any of that. So I was like, I don't like running with my phone. It's kind of inconvenient my running shorts don't really, have a good pocket for them, and it's kind of inconvenient to hold it in your hand. But I didn't want to buy a smartwatch with a GPS. But then I was planning anyways to buy this collar for my dog that had a GPS built in, so that if she escapes my yard during the day, I can get a notification and I could go find her. And then I was like, oh, why don't I just use that? Like when I go out on a run, I'll obviously be able to track via the collar where I went and do distance calculation. And it turns out a lot of people do that with that collar because I always take her with me. So I was pretty excited about that. It's not a super expensive collar and certainly cheaper than a fitness watch. So that'll be kind of cool. So I might order that sooner rather than later because I was going to wait until the yard was in to do that. But okay, so now we just need to attach these guys. And then we will verify that they sound good before I proceed. Actually, we're just going to use this to put the screws in. Bring a string with you, like in the Greek myths. That's true, like a golden thread. And then I just reel it up, and then I somehow measure it. Perfect. Yeah, wasn't that the Minotaur story, right? Like he was in this maze. I can't remember. Maybe there's other ones too. Yeah. Also, didn't they used to sometimes when they would deliver messages, they would like tattoo it. I don't know if this is completely untrue and fabricated or something that I'm actually remembering from history, but I thought in like maybe it was like ancient Egypt or Greece or something, they would like tattoo a message on the head of the messenger, and then he would make the long journey to wherever he was going and his hair would grow back, so that way it was like a secret message. And then when he'd come before the king and they'd shave his head and read the message, which I always thought was cool. But I also was always like, well, if everybody knows that, if that's true, was it common knowledge that that happened, or was it only like later we found out that that was going on? Because otherwise it's like, oh, some guy just came from out of town, how about we shave his head and check for messages? I don't know. It always struck me as kind of funny, but clever if it was like a secret. Plus, you'd run out of literal head space, if you will, and like you'd have to, I guess, just send another messenger every time if you. Dang it! Oh no, I dropped a screw. Hold on. I need to get the flashlight. Please hold. Okay, I found it. All right. What I'm going to need, chat, is a ruling. Because technically there was a washer on that screw. Did I drop two things or did I just drop one? What are we feeling on that one? I'll add it in a second, but we need a consensus here. 2. Of course you would say that, Filet. Anybody anybody less biased got an opinion? Did the 2 units become 1 once I assembled them? And therefore I dropped 1 thing? Probably, right? Yes. Oh, 500. Oh, okay. 1 for every thread. 1 for every atom. The question is, I dropped a screw on the floor, so I owe Filet 1 cent, but it had a washer on it. So did I drop 2 things or did I drop 1? You'd say 1? We'll add 1 at least. That one's a given. I'm kind of leaning towards 1 thing personally, but that's more from a financial perspective, I would say. You know, I guess Filet did sub to me, right? Yeah, you're a founder. So technically you would have to, you say flip a coin onto the floor. Hey, hey, you think you're slick, bud? Come on now. Come on. That's pretty good, actually. I like that. I like the flip a coin idea, though. We can flip a coin. Do I have a coin? What could I flip that's coin-like and fair? I don't know. I have a lid of a mason jar. Okay. Great. A spring? No, that thing's gonna be gone. All right, let's put these back very carefully. Lest we drop one. Trying to avoid that in my life right now. How about you flip a coin onto the floor? What a guy. That's funny. Okay. So those are good. Okay, cool. PCB is good. Let us put the plate over it and we'll pop in a couple switches and see how we're feeling. It's pretty tight tolerances on these stabilizers, which isn't a bad thing. We're using these Neapolitan. Sometimes my own genius scares me. All right. Get the lube brush out of here. Okay. Let's grab a spring. Oh, interesting. The reset pin is where the LED would go for the spacebar. Guess that makes sense. Oh. Oh. All right, we're gonna crack open a fresh GMK set today, because we are using MoDoLight on this board, and that is a heretofore unopened base kit, and I have the base and the aesthetic extensions. So here's the aesthetic, which we will need some space bars from. Let's do a cheeky little slice right there. See what we got. Oh yeah. Let's use the teal 6.25v spacebar for testing. I'm not necessarily... Oh, dude, no ticking whatsoever. You'll love to see it. And then these shine through. This is what I was talking about last time. These like shine through caps. Oh, I love them so much. Actually, we can put an LED on this board. I have a whole bag of LEDs. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I should have put the reverb on for that one. Cool. That was powerful. Sometimes my own power level scares me. All right, let's grab out some mods. Ooh. From this minty base kit. Okay. I do really dislike these GMK trays. They powderize, they get everywhere. They're super frustrating. Oh, there's more plastic too. It's funny too, because they're like, we're trying to be more environmentally friendly, but here they've got 2 layers of plastic already. Ugh. Excuse me, I'm allergic to fresh GMK. Get out of here. Okay. Boom. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I can already feel it. I can feel it in my plums, as Will Ferrell once said. What movie was that again? I can't even remember. So enter key. Was that Talladega Nights? I'm suddenly drawing a blank. Okay. Awesome. Look at this. All right, let's get these fully seated. We'll check for sound, and then I'll probably just straight up solder these in. Because I can still mount the gaskets. Yeah. Without... Oh. Alignment looks good. Awesome. Let me get the iron going. I love this soldering iron too. The USB. Come on, son. And then I also have the fan ready this time. I was soldering off stream like some LED strips, and I didn't have the fan ready, and I was choking myself out. It was annoying. Okay. Heating. Let's crack one while we wait. Once again, I have a key lime La Croix today. Nice. All right, let's get this flipped over. Make sure that it's fully seated. We'll address that too when we get there. And let's get the fan out here. And some solder. Elvin has this really cool like Lego solder holder. I need something like that. Okay, one leg in. Nice. Okay. Oh, man, this is going to be great. Not to get ahead of myself. Woo. Oh, dropped the soldering iron. but I'm excited. Okay. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Those are all in. Let's actually check real quick and see if it be working. So let's pull up Via. I also need to get my secondary USB cable going. But for now, we'll just use this. Okay. It is setting up. Great. Key tester. Test matrix. Nice. We're good. Great. Let's plug in the melody again. All right. I realize I didn't show you guys that, but everything works. You can trust me. I'm a trustworthy guy. I would never lead you astray. Okay. Everything's fine. Let's install an LED now. Which means I need to find my LEDs. Where did I put them? I might have to go digging for a second, but this will totally be worth it. Never mind, I think I found them. Aha! We got them, boys. That was easy. What's up, Pingu? Good to see you. Appreciate you joining me, even after I insta-banned you last time. Okay, so I'm gonna look for one of the tiny ones and see if it actually fits. Because I think I'm gonna need to install it inside a switch. Like maybe one of these. Should have clipped that, the biggest meme. Yeah. Alright, let's see if this fits. I think so. Let's make sure it works with a keycap. Specifically this keycap. Yes, it do. Nice. Okay, we're going to install the caps lock LED on this board because I have a shine through caps for it. Let me just make sure, because some of these other ones are a little bit brighter. So we'll just make sure that this guy, I think, is a little bit brighter. But I think it's too big. Oh, maybe not. It might be still. It do be kind of tall. Did you get the Cat Arctic novelties? No, I just got the base kit. So, yeah. Kind of wish I had because they're really nice, but yeah, no, this LED be too tall. So we're going to install the baby one and hope that it works. Also got to make sure I know which orientation is correct. I want that penguin novelty key. Yeah. Yeah, I see them every once in a while on Mech Market, but they're expensive. You know, like anything on Mech Market. But they did run extras after the group buy, but I don't actually know if the novelties were included in that extras run, now that I think about it. I think it was just base kits and some other stuff. But the kitting was really all over the place. Like, you could get so many different kits that it was hard to even pick when they first went in group buy. Because yeah, this is actually one of the first group buys I entered, but it took almost 2 years to ship. Cat Key Creative is actually almost worse than GMK in that regard. All right, let's do some really scuffed experimentation, shall we? We're gonna use tweezers to short the caps lock key, and then hopefully, yep. Okay, so when the white light is on, whoa, Elvin, hello. Yes, this is MoDoLight. Good to see you, Elvin. This LED may be dead also. That would be a huge bummer if it were. Tell you a joke? I don't know any good jokes off the top of my head. I wish I did, like Norm Macdonald, you know? He'd always come on the Conan show and tell these amazing jokes. That actually does remind me of a clip I saw of Norm Macdonald. Hold on. Oh, it's not plugged in. This will be my joke substitute. Because this clip is really funny for some reason. To me. Okay. Norm is hilarious. Rest in peace. He died recently. All right.
Okay.
So, this is my promise
Okay.
to the people of the video podcast network world. I will not eat a single morsel of food until Margaret Thatcher is dead and buried.
She died 3 weeks ago. We'll be right back with Larry King.
I don't know if you can hear the audio for that. If not, here's the clip in chat, but it just kills me every time. Norm is so funny. I don't know either, Grayson. Thanks for the shout out, Frank. Appreciate you. Okay. I just want a really long neck hair. That's weird. Can you guys see that? Dude, holy crap, this thing is so long. What the heck? What on earth? Can I pull it out? I don't think I got it. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh, hello, Madison. Nothing weird's going on here. Don't worry about it. That's awkward. Hey, shouts out to Mrs. Brad, my lovely wife, who is currently virtually joining me after she killed it on her test today. Very proud of her. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know that this LED is going to work, which is a huge bummer. I guess I'll try it from the other side maybe and see if that helps. Let's see if we are in caps lock mode or not actually right now. Right now we're not. And now we are. Okay, good. So when the light's white, we're in caps lock. Good. Does anyone have any advice on not getting shocked by things? Let's try a different LED. Maybe it is just that LED. Huh. This one doesn't seem to work either. Maybe it needs to be soldered in. This is weird. Okay, well. We will, we can always put that in later because we just need to pop it open and run the LED through the switch. So that's all right. We'll live. Let's put it that way. Oh, I see what you're saying. So like static. I guess it depends on your workplace, but we have these. I work at a we have a manufacturing side to our electrical engineering business at work, and they have these like foot drag things. It's like a little thing you put around your leg that has a metal tail that drags on the floor, and that helps discharge electricity. But I think part of the reason it works is because our floors are conductive in that room, so I don't know that it would work on like a concrete floor or something, which is what I'm imagining you're dealing with. So I'm not sure. There we go. That's better. Basically, we should just wear like gloves. I know a friend of mine had a lot of problems. He works he engraves headstones, and the amount of static electricity that a sandblaster generates is insane. Oh yeah, I should turn on my fan. Yo, Grid, hello. All right. How are you today? Nice. Uh-oh. I don't have a... Bray. Oh, wait, hold on. What's going on? Did my, the bread pad stop working? Excuse me? Hello? Bruh. Does anything work? What on earth is going on? Oh no. Guys. This is a disaster. Oh no. Nothing is working. What am I gonna do? The bread pad doesn't work. That's like 50% of my content. Dang it. Or even more. How are you gonna be the bread basement without the bread pad? Does it? Hopefully it does. It has to be the only word in the command, but I think it's because this board like freaked out for a second and reset the USB controller. Abort keyboard, fix bread pad. Maybe. Maybe that's what I have to do. Like, I think I need to restart Streamlabs, but I don't think I can restart Streamlabs without going offline for a second. Is it worth it? Is it worth pausing the stream to reboot so that the bread pad can continue to work? What do I do? Worth? I don't know, man. What do I do? I have to rely on something other than my bread pad. That's all right. Although that means that the speed capping won't work, I don't think. But maybe it will. I think I can manually switch scenes. The only thing that the bread pad won't let me do... Wait, no, I kind of want it for that. The implications here are vast. Because if I can't use the bread pad during the speed capping, that would be lame. Okay, almost have all the switches in. You know, they're not totally on theme, but they're not the worst either, because they kind of match the pink color that's in the MoDoLight aesthetic, you know? Yeah? Dude, it's a good LaCroix. It's like spooky accurate tasting. That and the limoncello one are both kind of spooky. I like this plate. Ugh. But I dropped something. Hold on. Let me get it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, this is an FR4 plate with the kind of gasket cutouts, which are really nice. I actually don't think I want that there. I think I want this here. Let me check real quick. Yes. I believe that's correct. Because then there's a blocker in there. I will verify that before I finish solder up. And also where those ones go. Because I think, yep, that's got to be right. And then I think that one's right, but we'll check. We'll check. All right, let's do a quick solder up. Ow. Oh, it bit me. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Appreciate you being here. We're just doing a quick solder up. How's your day been? Good, my Switch tripods from Prevail. Oh, cool. Okay. Nice. What to do about inconsistent sounds? It's an ABS tray mount. So is that just a thing I can learn to appreciate? Oh, one thing you can do for a tray mount board, if it has screws that go down through the PCB into the tray, is O-ring mod it. So you can get these little tiny rubber O-rings that go on the screws that go down into your PCB and then into the tray, and that helps tremendously with tray mounts. I tray mounted a Tofu, and it's one of my favorite boards to type on. So you can also tape mod. Tray mounts tend to really respond well to that. You just put a couple layers of maybe like painter's tape on the underside or masking tape. It's called the Tempest mod, and it works pretty well. Oh, shoot. I just soldered that up without any foam in there. That's okay. All right. So I think all that I have left is to, well, test it and then open up the case and try the assembly. Oh. So let's do that. Okay, so we got the back off. Put that over here. Let me make sure the top mounts. K4 is my mod platform. Ah, yes. Oh, Tassity, thanks for the Prime. I really appreciate that. It's really kind of you. make sure that these mods are gonna work. All right, let's pop on the gaskets real quick. Yeah, I really appreciate the sub. That's super kind. The sound is really poppy, which I love. Kevin! Hello, Kevin. How are you? All right, let's use the tweezies to get these put in place correctly. Doing well, thank you. It's always a good day when you build a Think. I should get that clip from SpongeBob where he's like, "Hi, Kevin," just so that when you first show up in chat, it does that. Because that's what I always think in my head. Ugh. Yeah, I would say if you've got a couple keys that are just sounding weird, definitely try the Tempest mod and just see how it feels. Like that tape mod, and it might help with some consistency issues. So. Oh, I think there's actually short gaskets and long gaskets. I think I've been putting the wrong ones on. No wonder. Not really. Might revisit the tape mod. Yeah. Did you already tape mod it? Where are those two keys on the board too? You said it's E and P. Interesting. So the top alpha row is being weird. Thanks for the shout out, Frank. Doing the Lord's work. All right, we're just about done with the top gaskets. Flip it over and do the bottom. Put 3 layers on and it worked wonders. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. What, did you say what switches you're using? Shelf liner, tape mod, O-ring mod. Okay, so you did a lot already. Huh. I don't really know, in that case, what I would even do. I guess my only thought being, if the switches aren't filmed, that may contribute a little bit, but you've been very thorough on exactly the things that I would have done. And it's weird that there's alphas that are that way. Oh, that's a... Cool. All right. Switches are LK optical browns. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I've never actually tried those. Can you just put optical switches in any keyboard? Like, they're the ones with a light sensor, right? Or am I thinking about something else? I know, like, I think, wasn't it Razer that was doing something like that? All right, we're just about done here with these gaskets. Usually I mount the gaskets to the case, not the plate, because I just find it easier, but it was labeled for that on this PCB, or on the plate, so... And actually that right there might be why. The positioning of the USB port is probably the reason. Okay, one more. Thinking was the sound inconsistency is either related to placement of the standoffs, or the PCB itself. Oh, sure, that actually makes sense if it's near the top. Yep. Okay, let's see if this drops into the bottom housing. Or actually, maybe we'll start with the top. Let's see if she fits. Okay. I think this is how this guy goes. And then it gets squashed like such. Nice. Okay, let's see how this sounds. I also may need to update the layout a little bit, but it's very easy to get in here and make changes just due to the way that this case is laid out, which is really nice. Cool thing is they're not soldered because it's just related to blocking lasers or something. The bad thing is you can only use the optical switches. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. All right, I think all the screws are in. Yes. I don't know that we needed the plate foam on this. This sounds good. This is sounding mint. Yeah, that's what I've heard. It seems like a really innovative concept, you know? I like the idea. I've also seen magnetic switches that kind of like hover magnetically that this guy was working on, like a 3D printable version of it, which I thought was fascinating. Ooh. I like how the badge changes colors if caps lock is on or off. Wait, did that reset? Wait. We're back. Bruh. Oh, that's so good. We're back again. All right, I do need to test this. What's crazy, Filet? Please tell me. SteelSeries has a keyboard where you can adjust the spring weight with software. What? I saw that. Was it SteelSeries who had an analog keyboard? Where it was like different. Okay, let's check this real quick. I should have done this already. Let's go to my. Oops. Is it this scene? Yes. Are we gonna get lucky, or am I gonna have to open this thing? I feel like we're gonna be okay. Oh yeah, brother. Sick. That's funny. Every time I plug or I unplug that cable, my macro pads reboot, and that was enough to get my braille stuff working again. We take those. Kind of insane. All right. You know what that means, folks. Despite the fact that it is kind of cheating, in my opinion, maybe less of an honorable record if you're pulling keycaps out of a GMK tray, we still will do a speed capping session just because it's funny and stressful at the same time. Okay. I know it fixes. You're totally right, Filet. It fixed itself with immaculate timing. Could not have been better. All right, so we're going to chuck on the rest of these, and they're a little goofed up. They're a little munched up in there. So where did I put that? Okay. I think this is the only one we need from the other set. So with that being said, is everybody ready for the first speed capping session from my new house? I don't have neighbors right now to see the crazy flashing lights probably, but that's probably for the best. So here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. Jokes. A couple things. The speed capping scene I need to fix. Hold on. Desk cam. Ignore this. Don't worry about this. Transform. Rotate 180 degrees. Okay, there we go. This? Oh, these are just keys in a tray. I also need the timer. That's the thing I forgot. Yeah, these are just keycaps that I'm going to be frantically putting on this board. So here we go. We have a timer prepared. Prepare yourself, folks. It is speed capping time. Here we go. No, it's starting. Bruh. This is why I can't get anything done. Because y'all yahoos are just flashing my lights. Okay, here we go. We're going for under 7 minutes on this one, which I think will be reasonable. Well, they're not corrective lenses, Layman, so we certainly can do that. Bray. Oh, got lucky there. I didn't check to see if my soldering was... I'd put the switches in the right place. Yeah, they're blue light. Alright, we need a page up, page down. What is this? Page down. We take those. Alright. Where's the mini shift? I don't even know. Red's getting away from me. Maybe the pink escaped. Just because it's here. We'll do the cross arm technique. See, this is what I'm saying. The music stops here, which really kills the momentum. So I think Wednesday I'm going to record a new version of this that I will play. Ooh. Ah. All right. We have a random selection of... Oh, come on. Get on there, tab. UWE. We need the R in there. This is not a QWERTY keyboard, it's a QWERTY. No, this is not me, but I'm gonna do my own version of it. I found this one on MusicBed. Okay. We're getting there. Bottom, or second to last row. We're getting there. And M. Then these little guys, and then we gotta frantically search for the short shift. Please, please, please. Where are you? Here it is. 310. That's a pretty good record. But like I said, I kind of feel like it's cheating when they're in a tray like this. The origination of this whole mythical practice is that I used to dump them all out on the table here. This be sounding spicy though. Yo. Okay. Let's do a sound test, guys. Holy cow. I think y'all are gonna like the way that this sounds. Let me pull up monkey type real quick like. Isn't it clean though? So, okay, help me decide though. Do I go with, oops, shaking the camera. With the mint spacebar, or the pink spacebar, or the gray spacebar? Because I have all three of them. And same with the enter key, I think. I can do, oh no, I think I just have the pink and the gray enter. Pink spacebar? Yeah, let's try it. I'm feeling like that. Let's try pink, and we'll see how we vibe with it. And then we'll switch back to the mint or gray if we're not vibing with it. What else do I have though? Like, do I have a different color escape key? Because I like the mint punch. Ooh. Actually, I do have a mint escape and enter. Hold on. Let's get out the contenders. Because I think we should make this look real good. Okay. Here's what we're dealing with, folks. We got all pink, all gray, and all mint. Oh, I think there's a gray escape in here somewhere. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I don't really know, dude. I'm super torn. Let me look up pictures of this set. Like, just looking at these, on this board, they have the mint enter and the pink escape and the white spacebar. Just the pink enter on this guy. I might actually be leaning towards just the gray spacebar, and then we just cut it in half. Fillet with the big brain moves here. I might actually go whites, the white, like the light gray spacebar. And then the, oops, I put that on wrong. Oh, this one's too short. Whoops. That's too long. What? And this is, there we go. Pink escape, mint, enter. Yeah, let's try the mint enter on this now. We gotta dial this in, you know? We can't. Ooh, okay. Okay. We're serving looks now. I think I agree that the enter and escape need to be colored, but I kind of like the clean look of that spacebar though. Yeah? I'm kind of feeling that. Or do I switch it and do this? I kind of like the bigger mint punch than the bigger pink punch. Let's go with this for now. Okay. Yeah, I'm mowing what we're growing here. So let's do a sound test. Let's pull up monkey type, the monkey, and let's plug this board in. Let me get the melody out of here. It should be big though. It'd be chonky. All right. Let's zoom in a touch. Focus on the caps. Oops, hold on. I don't want to eviscerate your ears with the sound of this mic being positioned. Oops. Ah, I need to get a new mic stand. This thing is terrible. But okay. All right. This here is the Think6.5v2 with lubed Neapolitan switches and GMK MoDoLight. Dude, this thing, this sounds immaculate. It's really hard to tell, I've noticed, like, It's funny. I remember seeing, I think it was Frank or somebody in someone else's chat saying, it sounds like a keyboard, which is funny because I think on Twitch, sound tests tend to sound a lot more similar than keyboards do in real life. But the Deck Flex is great. The, I realized too, that I'm hitting keys, but yeah, it just feels really good. The pop of these switches is really nice. Like, these are supposed to be, so the theory is that these switches are Zycos replacements, I guess. I've never typed on Zycos before, so I couldn't tell you, but I love these. These are just the perfect amount of tactile and smooth. Spacebar sounds super crisp. Mods sound really nice. I am thrilled with this. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. And aesthetically too, I mean, come on, are you kidding me? The fit between this, I do want to change the color of this guy here, and I wonder if I can do that with VIA actually. Lighting, brightness, color. Oh, that's changing my macro pad. Cool. Let's switch to this guy and let's go lighting. Yes, I can. Cool. I think we should make it maybe like try to match the mint a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we kind of match the mint on the light here. I'm telling you, throw an Anubis stem in there. Okay, I will, sounds good, Grayson. Good to see you. Yeah, no, I should get my hands on some, like, Anubis switches. I've never even heard of these. Oh, they're available. Mex on Deck's got them right now. Interesting. Okay. Well, I can always try it out. I'm definitely not mad about giving these a try. Are these good on their own? Like, I'm really pleased with these guys. But yeah, I'm always down to try something cool on my switches. So lighter tactility. Okay. All right. I do like heavy tactility, but only if it's not like outrageous. Like, to be honest, I really don't like Zelios. I think they're too much. I think they're too tactile and they're annoying. And I don't like the sound of Zeal PC switches either. Dude, just that teal yeah, there we go. This teal color here on this badge is really nice. Yeah. Personally not a huge fan either, but I mean, I get what they're doing, and they're not like ripping people off because people know what they're spending. It's just, I don't know. It's not like, I guess more so it's not that they have bad business practices, they just have bad prices. And they're kind of hyped up. Like, they're the Beats by Dre of keyboard switches. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Dude, this is really nice. I like this a lot. I'm definitely excited to be typing on this. That was a quick build too. We got it done in 2 hours. The only thing I really messed up is that I didn't put in the plate foam. But frankly, I'm not sure that I care. Like, I don't know that I really wanted the plate foam either. I don't think I wanted these to be any more muted. Look at that. Cool. More muted than they are. Like, I just like the way that they sound right now. I don't think they needed to be quieter. Because they're not clacky in like an annoying artificial plasticky way. They're just kind of resonant and nice. So anyways, all right, guys, I think that's about it for me for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up a tad early. Usually these streams take longer, but this one we were cruising, which I am not mad about at all. Let's see who we have to raid right now. There's a couple people online. Let me check and see what they're up to. Tim Keyless, obviously. Quackers. Tezzy. Let's see. Gotta sit through some ads for the Odyssey Neo monitor. I do not need a monitor. I have 3 monitors. Tezzy is making... What are you making? Any quick recs for switches? Dude, for real though, for tactiles, these are great. They're in stock, I think. I also like Holy Pandas a lot for tactiles, and I like Bobas, but like as far as switches that are more likely to be available, like I think these are available right now. Yeah, they are. They're in stock. So these are awesome tactiles. I really like the Hippo switches. Those are nice. And Lavenders are some nice linears. And Hyperglide MX Blacks are nice too. Those are all some of my favorites. You know, the fruit switches are fun. You know, your kiwis and your tangerines and whatnot. They're just kind of hard to get sometimes. So, anyways, yeah, let's go raid Tezzy. Tezzy is a cool streamer, and also weightlifter, which is awesome. So let's drop by and say hello. Here's your raid command and sub raid command if you're a sub, and I will start that real quick. I'll be back Wednesday. I'm still not 100% on what I'm doing, but I will most likely be recording a drum track for the speed capping sessions. Hopefully that works. And then maybe playing some Trackmania or something too. We'll see. It depends on if I can get my audio set up correct and a camera set up over the drums, but I'll work on that tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's super fun streaming with you guys. I love it. And yeah, I appreciate all of you being here and making stream fun. This is a great board we built today. I'm thrilled about it. I'm really excited to start daily driving it. But anyways, I will see you guys soon. Thanks for being here.